All right, listen up. We're about to embark on a journey to one of the most iconic destinations on the planet, the UK. Get ready to dive headfirst into a world of history, culture, and some seriously mind-blowing sights. First up, we're hitting the ground running in London, the beating heart of the UK. This city is a whirlwind of iconic landmarks, world-class museums, and a buzzing energy that's impossible to resist. We're talking about strolling past Buckingham Palace, feeling the weight of history at the Tower of London, and getting lost in the endless wonders of the British Museum. But London is more than just its famous sights. Duck down a side street and you'll find hidden pubs, vibrant street art, and a melting pot of cultures that make this city so unique. Get ready to pound the pavement, explore hidden alleys, and soak up the electric atmosphere of this incredible city. Next stop, we're heading north to Edinburgh, Scotland's captivating capital. Get ready to be transported back in time as you wander through its cobbled streets and gaze up at the imposing Edinburgh Castle perched high above the city. This city is a captivating blend of history and modernity. One minute you're walking the historic Royal Mile, and the next you're discovering trendy cafes and independent boutiques. Make sure you pack your hiking boots because a climb to Arthur's Seat is a must. The panoramic views from the top are simply breathtaking, giving you a glimpse of the city, the sea, and the rolling Scottish hills beyond. Edinburgh is a city that will stay with you long after you've left. It's a place where history comes alive, where culture thrives, and where adventure awaits around every corner. We're moving on from the rugged Scottish Highlands to a place that's a little more refined. A city built on hot springs, a city the Romans fell in love with, a city that is a giant UNESCO World Heritage Site. Bath is straight out of a Jane Austen novel, all honey-colored Georgian townhouses and elegant crescents. History bubbling up everywhere you look. And then there is Bath Abbey, this Gothic masterpiece that's older than America itself. So, yeah, Bath is a bit posh, a bit fancy, but trust me, it's worth a visit. Okay, we're heading north again, this time to a city that's pure medieval magic, York. We're talking Viking raids, Roman walls, and a cathedral so big it makes all the other cathedrals look like garden sheds. York Minster is absolutely mind-blowing. This Gothic masterpiece dominates the city skyline, and when you step inside, it's like stepping into another world. The stained glass alone will blow your mind. You could get lost in here for days. York is more than just its minster, although that's pretty hard to beat. You've got the Shambles, this narrow, cobbled street lined with these wonky, half-timbered houses that look like they're about to fall over. It's like walking through a medieval movie set, except it's real. And if you're a history nerd like me, you're going to love the York City walls. These bad boys were built by the Romans, and you can actually walk along them, getting amazing views of the city and feeling like you're about to fight off a Viking invasion, which, is always a plus. All right, guys, get ready to twist and shout because we're headed to Liverpool, the birthplace of the Beatles, and a city that's bursting with music, history, and that gritty, working-class charm that just gets me going. Forget Abbey Road. Liverpool is a Beatles pilgrimage on steroids. You've got the Cavern Club, this legendary basement venue where the Fab Four cut their teeth. It's still open, still rocking, and yeah, you bet I jumped on stage for an impromptu rendition of Love Me Do. The crowd went wild. But Liverpool is more than just Beatles, although they're a pretty big deal. You've got the Albert Dock, this beautifully restored waterfront area that's now home to museums, restaurants, and the Tate Liverpool, which is like the cooler, edgier cousin of the Tate Modern. And if you're into architecture, Liverpool's got you covered. The Liver Building, the Royal Liver Building, the Cunard Building, these buildings are iconic. They define the city's skyline, and they're a testament to Liverpool's history as a major port city. Liverpool is a city that's been through a lot, but it's come out the other side stronger, bolder, and more vibrant than ever. It's a city that grabs you by the collar, shakes you up, and leaves you wanting more. Trust me, you'll love it. All right, guys, we're hitting up Oxford, a city that practically breathes history. Every corner's got a story, every building's seen centuries go by. The vibe? It's electric. The University of Oxford, man, that's the heart of it all. Oldest university in the English-speaking world. It's a collection of colleges, each with its own vibe, its own history. Gothic spires, honey-colored stone walls, intricate carvings. There's this atmosphere like you're walking in the footsteps of giants. Next up is Cambridge, another university town. But Cambridge is its own animal. It's Oxford's cooler, more laid-back cousin. Cambridge is all about the River Cam, this winding waterway that snakes through the heart of the city. You gotta experience it. Hop in a punt, which is like this flat-bottomed boat, and just go with the flow. It's the best way to see the city, gliding under bridges, past these grand colleges, with the sun on your face. And speaking of colleges, Cambridge has its fair share of those too. King's College Chapel, that's the big one. This massive Gothic masterpiece with a ceiling so intricate, so detailed, it's like staring up at the heavens. Pictures don't do it justice. But Cambridge isn't just about the history and the architecture. It's a living, breathing city with this youthful energy that's contagious. You've got students biking down cobblestone streets, street performers doing their thing, cozy pubs filled with laughter. It's a place where you can feel the weight of the past, but also get swept up in the excitement of the present. From the historic streets of Cambridge to the vibrant city of Glasgow, Scotland. Glasgow might not be on everyone's list, but it's gritty, real, and full of energy. The Kelvin Grove Art Gallery and Museum is a must-see. From dinosaur bones to Dali and Van Gogh masterpieces, Glasgow's got a pulse, a rhythm all its own. Walk down Buchanan Street and feel it. When the sun sets, the city comes alive. Legendary music scene, from Celtic to indie bands. Dance till dawn. Glasgow knows how to party. All right, guys, we're headed west, deep into the heart of Wales, to a land of castles, dragons, and some seriously cool urban vibes. Cardiff, the capital of Wales, is way more than just a pretty face. It's a city bursting with history, culture, and energy. First up, you gotta hit Cardiff Castle. This place is straight out of medieval times. Moats, towers, the whole 9 yards. It's like stepping back in time. Cardiff's not just stuck in the past. This city's got a modern side too. Head down to Cardiff Bay and you'll see why. Cool museums, trendy restaurants, and a waterfront that'll make you want to grab a coffee and just soak it all in. Speaking of museums, you gotta check out the National Museum Cardiff. It's got everything from dinosaur bones to impressionist masterpieces. Trust me, Cardiff is a city that will surprise you. Okay, people, ditch the city noise, pack your hiking boots, and get ready for some serious natural beauty because we're heading north to the Lake District. This place is absolutely beautiful. It's the kind of place that clears your mind as you breathe in the fresh air. And just be present. Think glassy lakes reflecting towering mountains, forests bursting with color. It's the kind of place where you can lose yourself in nature. Speaking of lakes, you gotta check out Windermere. It's the biggest lake in England, and it's absolutely breathtaking. This is the place to reconnect with nature, clear your head, and just breathe. Get ready to fall in love with some of the most charming villages you've ever seen. Cobblestone streets, honey-colored cottages, and gardens bursting with flowers. This is the Cotswolds, like stepping into a storybook. You almost expect to see hobbits running around. Strolling down a narrow lane, lined with honey-colored stone cottages. The air is filled with roses and freshly baked bread. you stumble upon a cozy pub for a pint of local ale. Bibury is a must-see, often called the most beautiful village in England. It's like stepping back in time with its charming cottages. It's amazing. Broadway is known for its stunning architecture and lively art scene. Find unique souvenirs to take home. The Cotswolds is all about slowing down and enjoying the beauty of the English countryside. So grab a cup of tea, find a sunny spot, and just relax. You're on Cotswolds time now. All right, guys, we're talking Stonehenge. You know that iconic ring of giant stones just standing there in the middle of nowhere? It's like the ultimate mystery. Nobody knows for sure who put them there, how they did it, or why. We're talking thousands of years ago, long before fancy cranes and construction equipment. It's mind-boggling to think about how those massive stones got there. Some of them weigh as much as 50 tons. Imagine trying to move that without modern technology. People have been trying to figure it out for centuries, and there are all sorts of theories out there. Was it a temple? An astronomical calendar? A burial ground? Nobody knows for sure. And honestly, that's part of what makes it so cool. It's a reminder that even with all our technology and progress, there are still some things we may never fully understand. But even without all the answers, just standing there in the presence of something so ancient and mysterious is an incredible experience. You can feel the history. It's like stepping back in time. If you're ever in the UK, Stonehenge is a must-see. Okay, so you've done the city thing, seen the historical landmarks. Now it's time to get out into nature. And when it comes to natural beauty in the UK, the Peak District is a total knockout. We're talking rolling hills, dramatic valleys, picturesque villages, the whole 9 yards. This place is a hiker's paradise. Miles and miles of trails, from gentle walks to challenging climbs. You can spend days exploring, and you'll never get bored. And the views? The views are incredible, but it's not just about hiking. You can go rock climbing, caving, cycling, even paragliding if you're feeling adventurous. And after a long day of exploring, there's nothing better than settling down in a cozy pub for a pint and some good old-fashioned British hospitality. Trust me, the Peak District is the perfect place to escape the hustle and bustle, breathe in some fresh air, and just reconnect with nature. It's the kind of place that recharges your batteries and reminds you what's really important in life. All right, we're heading north, way north, to the Isle of Skye. This place is like something out of a movie, with these crazy, jagged cliffs dropping straight into the sea. You've got rolling green hills dotted with sheep, waterfalls cascading down mountainsides, and this moody, atmospheric vibe that just sucks you in. When you come here, drive straight to the curated. It's this otherworldly landscape with these massive rock formations, like something straight out of a movie. You can hike up there, and let me tell you, the views are insane. You're looking out over the ocean, the Scottish Highlands. It's like nothing else you've ever seen. And if you're really feeling adventurous, check out the Old Man of Storr. It's this iconic rock pinnacle that just juts out from the landscape. The hike up is no joke, but trust me, the view from the top is worth every step. You're looking down on this incredible scenery. It's breathtaking. The Isle of Skye is the kind of place you just have to experience to believe. You can feel the history, the raw power of nature. It's something else. Spend a few days here, hike, explore, take it all in. You won't regret it. From the rugged wilderness of Skye, we're jumping to a place that screams royalty, Windsor. This town is all about history, elegance, and of course, that massive castle. We're talking about Windsor Castle, the oldest and largest occupied castle in the world. The Queen herself hangs out here sometimes. You walk through the town and it's like stepping back in time. And then you turn a corner and there's this imposing castle. See the changing of the guard? It's pretty awesome. But Windsor's not just about the castle. Take a stroll along the Long Walk. It leads right up to the castle. Or hop on a boat and cruise down the River Thames. You get a whole different perspective of the castle from the water. And if you're into horse racing, you gotta check out Ascot Racecourse. It's just a stone's throw from Windsor. So yeah, Windsor is a cool mix of history, royalty, and good old-fashioned British charm. And that, my friends, wraps up our whirlwind tour of some of the UK's coolest spots. We've covered everything from bustling London to the rugged beauty of the Scottish Highlands. The UK is packed with amazing places to explore. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more travel adventures. Safe travels, and I'll catch you in the next one.